to introduce my partner, my business partner. My business partner is Mrs. Mary Bomella, true academic. She holds a BCom degree, 2 honors degrees. She's a certified chartered accountant with an MBA and is currently studying towards a PhD. A proud mum of 3 children with a passion for the upliftment of education in township schools. Her commitment in education became her commitment and her energy became my inspiration towards my transformation in this journey at PFB. Ma'am, I see the CEO of MIC, Mrs. Mary Bomella.
Thank you, Zain. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Zain Evans was born in Johannesburg. Zain obtained his teacher's diploma in 1981 at the Rand College and subsequently obtained his B.Ed through UNISA. His teaching career started in 1981 at Eldridge Primary School. He has been at Kliptown High School for 31 years. I'm not sure how he's managed to do that. And 19 of that 31 years as the principal of the school. Ladies and gentlemen, Zain, the principal of Kliptown High School.
Thank you, Mary. Thanks for the introduction. So, people, this is as the partnership. That's MIC, once again, MIC and Kliptown Secondary School partnership. Kliptown Secondary School also being the place where the Freedom Charter was signed. Very important. Anyway, so what have we done? As a partnership, we looked at one of the most important things. We looked at quite a few challenges that we had at Kliptown Secondary School. It's the same challenges that you'll find in any township school. But we have identified a few, and in particular we looked at to rethink our role in schooling and education. We say no that for 31 years we do something the same way, and you want them to stagnate. A really good slogan from Nedbank seen on TV 7. If you look at things differently, you might just change it forever. And this is the point that we took on. One of the things that we have said, we have looked at many things, but the most important thing is the second one at the bottom. Become a catalyst for behavior and attitude change. In other words, changing mindsets of educators, learners, and parents. And that became one of our biggest challenges. Now, with regard to I've said, we looked at our learners, our educators, our SGP, and we were looking at a way to change their mindset to see things differently. With children, especially township school, they really exist. Some of them just really get to school because they need to be at school. So what we have said is, let us look at ways of motivating learners. One of the things that we have gone to was honest evening that we are doing there. Positively encouraging learners to get a little bit past. My time is ticking. I've got 10 minutes. Anyway, so the other thing is that look at things that learners are interested in. For example, coding workshops, things that are relevant to children, and those are the things that we as a partnership through MSC took on. The other thing that we have noticed in township schools, when learners do struggle, when they can't do their proper basic, I'm speaking about grade 8s, basic maths, basic English, they then tend to become problem learners. MSC has invested in a computer center to look at uplifting the skills of reading and English skills in township schools, and we're busy with it. One of the things that we've also said, as I said, we would like to see school become interesting. And that is why we tended and looked towards the performing arts, things that will really excite learners. The second one was changing mindsets of educators. Obviously, this would have been more of a challenge than the one with learners. We thought of empowering the school management team first. We also looked at workshop for educators, and then also a very important thing that we have done was a behavioral profile assessment to look at each and every educator and place them in things that they could do better. The teachings of PFP was very clear. And one thing that stood out was how to change the mindsets of parents. If you look at the slide on the board, that is not a function. That's just basically what we have done to change to have a parent. That's a parents meeting for grade 8s. Parents meeting of difference, where we invited parents to a high team, have them sit there and show them what will be the journey for the next 6 years, 5 years at Kliptown School. So this is how we encourage, and mind you, if you look at this, this is the follow-up of our grade meetings for grade 8, 9, 10, 11, and so on. So this is what we all about. I think the most important thing that we looked at the partnership for me was the program of PFP and the things that really stood out to me. There we looked at what I've learned from this program, and one thing that I would like to speak on was the Sparks school experience. In this Spark, we as schools in our leadership, we've gone around to different schools where we looked at good practices at other schools. And then we see that, and then getting back to our schools, we've been to a school called Spark Schools, and we have seen how they involve the entire, the assemblies, for example. Assemblies are done in a different way. Learners do come to school late, and the way they receive learners, instead of screaming and shouting at learners. Learners don't really drive themselves to school. So we have learned some of those things. What did I get from this program? I think the most important thing that we have achieved in this program was to meet up with the six principals and the 6 business partners. We have learned so much from us. In this journey, we have discovered a partnership, a support structure. We have, for example, if I look at one of the partnership, as in Nick. Nick was a partner to one of the other principals, but we have shared so much where they would do things for us in our partnership as a school. The same thing applies to my CEO, Mary, where we look at good practices at Spark School, and these are things that we take on later. The other things what I've learned from my partner. Now, if you look at the bottom on it, manage a school like you manage a business. If I could manage Kliptown School the way my CEO manages a minor's investment company, surely the outcomes would be different. So this is one thing that we have done in our discussions. When we meet on our monthly meetings, we will discuss things as how to, when we employ people, when we do discipline to educators. Many discussions went there, and this is how I would like to see it. I would like personally to manage Kliptown Secondary School the way my CEO manages a mind workers investment company. That is my ultimate goal in it. So, what I've learned from my partner, I've seen in my partner the commitment, the work ethic, and so on. One of the very things that stood out in my learning is decision-making skills. I've learned that over-consulting with the team never works. So it's one of the things I need to make decisions on my own as a principal, plus my gut and my experience. I'm going to just give my partner a minute just to speak before we...
No, I tell you that. But I've got a minute. So I decided I wasn't going to do all the PowerPoint presentation. I'd rather just talk to the journey as I saw it, talking from my heart. And wow, it has been a year, and what a year it's been. It has been a wonderful experience. But firstly, I would like to apologize to my partner, Zain, and to the team for not always being able to attend the sessions. And I felt like I was letting everybody down because I could not always be there 100% of the time. But when they say duty calls, one needs to do what one needs to do. They say that life is a journey of learning and that one is never too old to learn. So I'd like to thank Partners for Possibility and Paula especially for a well-designed program. I feel very privileged to have been given an opportunity to serve my country in my own little way. In my work, it's mostly about profits and the bottom line. Through this program, I got a chance to give back in a much more meaningful way. This has been a humbling experience to meet dedicated principals who work under very challenging conditions with very few resources, and yet they don't complain, and they commit 3,000%, I don't even say 100%. I would like to thank my fellow business leaders for their commitment and always their willingness to share, because I've learned so much from them as well, and there's a lot of things that I'll take away from the program, and they've enriched my experience. I would like to pay tribute to the principals who give themselves daily to develop the future leaders of South Africa. I see you, I appreciate you, and I acknowledge you, because you guys do wonderful work under very difficult circumstances. But having said that, I love the fact that you remain so positive through all that, always being open to learnings. And lastly, what do I say? Zain. Wow, he has been a superb partner to work with. I have never found Zain to be in a bad mood. Not once have I found him down. Even I went to the school one time, there was a memorial service going on for a learner that had passed away. But Zain was still in his own, his usual self. And I always wonder how he does that. I admire him for his tenacity and commitment to his school and wanting the best for his children at all times. Although you can be hard on yourself, Zain, he is very hard on himself sometimes, I know you've got this. Taking things in your own strides, you are very capable, always calm and friendly. I thank you for the opportunity for letting me contribute in my own little way to your life and your development, and allowing me to take you out of your comfort zone. I too have grown so much through this program and have learned a lot from you. I learned to listen and a bit of patience as well. As you can see, he does go on sometimes, but I've had to listen and be patient, restraining myself not to take over, especially where I felt that things were going too slow for my liking. I learned to step back and let him be in charge. Lessons I will try and implement in other spheres of my life. I thoroughly enjoyed this journey. Fortunately for us, the journey doesn't end here. Myself and the MIC will continue to support the Kliptown school, moving it from being a good school to a great school. Zain, we are going to work on those matric results as we promised, and get them back to the 90s. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, I unfortunately can't stay. As it was said, I do have a board meeting which I'm running an hour late for. But I thought that it was important for me to be here. I couldn't let my partner down again. And I hope that you will enjoy the evening. I do have small tokens of appreciation for our principals, our names in the baskets for everybody. Just to acknowledge and say thank you so much. You guys are doing great work. Thank you.